So, Knuckles is a 2024 live action and CGI hybrid show that was actually better than I thought it'd be, a lot better. I thought it'd be really cheap jokes, really easy jokes. But this is week 5 and some of them. I got so bored I cleaned up completely. But yeah. So 2024 live action CGI hybrid that was, I thought was going to be really lowbrow humour, really fart jokes and poop jokes, and it was a TV show, Paramount Plus for kids. Really, that was actually 12, which surprised me when I first saw that. I was like, I think it's because she got stabbed. His Wade Ripple's mum. Thing is, Wade Ripple, I always liked him as a character in the first movie and loved him in the second. Was barely in the third, but I found the joke with him in the hockey puck in the third film really funny. But it's even more funny how I've seen the show Knuckles. That he actually was bowling, and now he got really good at bowling because of Knuckles, and basically him and Miguel teamed up or something like that. Well, in the original show, let's go episode by episode. Episode 1 is, in my opinion, the second weakest. You have to do a lot of work like the others done. They have to set up Wade Ripple wanting to do bowling. I have to set up, why is Knuckles bowling? Because he wants to go on a journey to feel more at home on Earth, with Wade Ripple. Think about that stuff. Like, because his friend Wade Ripple, it's like, he has to think about all that, man. He's like, he tries to make himself more at home, but in the worst possible. He gets grounded when people are like, oh, like, literally, the gun comes after him for some reason. I don't know why he left the zone. Sonic does that on daily. But, I don't know. So, then 2 people start going after him. Like a black man and a woman that are... The black man is actually quite a funny villain, but the woman is not very funny at all. She is the other guy, the machinist or whatever it was. He is literally like the most Wish.com villain I have ever seen. It's like, oh yeah, when they fired Dr. Robotic, fire me, I wanted to have no ties to your sky anymore. I was like, oh wow, okay. But it was really good. I like the show, and trying to go see his, trying to go bowling in the first episode. Turns out those 2 are after him, and they have an action scene. It's quite fun. Then they capture him. Oh no! Wade Ripple's like, the second episode, he goes and buys like fireworks and oil and really weird things you wouldn't think to use, and other than the fireworks, of course, and has a dream sequence where it's like, where he's like, he does it perfectly, but in the most weird and Wade Ripple way possibly. And when he wakes up, he's like, so you gonna pay for it? Yeah. And then he does it, but very sloppily. Very terribly, because he's like such a terrible cop. I mean, most he's done is like Turtles, Turtles walking too fast on the street, apparently. That's the most he's done, then... Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense, but, he actually does it really sloppy. Well, I thought it just wouldn't be very funny. We used the song Only a Hero, which might need that later. So I escape from this place, live my life. Do all that stuff, I can do stuff then. I can do stuff, but, no, that was good. Episode 3, and then, like, at the end of episode 2, oh, we made it. And Mum's like, she like thanked it because she saw him. Episode 3 is about dinner, and there's a really cool action scene in it, but it's all focused around Jewish and about keeping the candle from blowing out. Actually, it's not that bad of a concept for an action scene where it all spins round the one candle for like a whole 2 minutes and you see them all fighting and stuff. It's really cool, actually. I like that. But other than that, it's why it's a 12 because, you know, his sister, was it him? Someone got stabbed with a fork and they actually seemed to be in pain. There was no blood on anything, but maybe that's why it's a 12. I don't know. But yeah, it was, and her sister can die in hell. She is the most annoying thing ever. She's like, oh yeah, I work for the FBI. She's like, and who is Gunn? Gunn isn't real a government organisation. Here they are. You know, they just, yeah. Really now. Funny, isn't it? Yeah, quite. I think it is. But, yeah, that was episode 3. Episode 4 was the best episode. Most people consider it the worst. Wade Whipple literally gets stolen by his, you know, remember, oh, he was in episode 1. He was like, oh, he got rejected from the bowling team. Forgot to mention it. Not much point, really. And he got taken away, got put in a cage. And he's like, why? And now with the tiny little, like, Girl Scout, you know, like, you know, it's like 7 years old. She's now bowling with the other guy. And then he has something in his head where basically, like, the leader of the echidna, but like in his head, but kind of alive, but in his head, shows him a really low budget musical where he plays Knuckles and the villain plays Yao, and he learns about the things of Fury or something and breaks the cage and it's a really silly battle against him and he wins. It's really funny. Then and he's like, come on girl, you know, in episode 5 they go to Reno, which is basically Las Vegas from Wish.com, like Wish.com, like Timo levels. You know what I mean. You just know what I mean. But no, it's actually quite funny, you know. But yeah, they meet his dad and they're like, oh, Dad, really? Oh, that's sad, Dad. Oh, Dad. Oh, yeah, but I'm sorry I abandoned you in TJ Maxx. I'm sorry. Even though his dad is not British, his dad is American and pretends to be the most British, most fake British person ever. With a bowling ball with a frozen cup of tea in it. Now that is too British. I mean, I'm British. I have Marmite on my toast and drink Bovril. One of my favourite shows is Mr. Bean. So yeah. Well, I'm British, but no, and it's like, oh no, he was working with the bad guys the whole time. You know, the bad guys don't appear for like 3 episodes. The main 2 bad guys, you know, they don't appear. But in episode 5, they come back and they like, you know, they hold them captive or something like that. You know, and there's like the semi-finals for the bowling competition. It's just him, and Miguel versus his dad and one of his friends. And they're really fake British, and then basically what happens is like, oh no, oh no, you mech planted us! And episode 6 is all about a giant mech beating Knuckles over. Ha! Oh! It's like the machinist guy's like, I'm gonna beat you with all the power I've got. And then half the fight is literally him just throwing bowling balls at the mech. He's like, oh! Emotional! Sorry then, mech fight, that wouldn't happen to me, would it? Would it now? Right? It was like, big machinist guy, and then Wade Whipple was like, the flame, the fist of fury. It's like, he gets destroyed, and it's like, what? Okay, I didn't do it in that much detail, but yeah, it was a good show. Yeah, it was good. Not much to talk about, really. There are, no, it's just good. No. And when the show really goes down in price on Blu-ray, like maybe down like really low, like when it gets to like I'll wait 2 or 3 years for it. It's a release, I'll wait 2 or 3 years. It's not like a limited steelbook release. No, release, but Yeah, no, look at this. Why do you get a British film released in your country on Blu-ray before we do? Why? It's a British film. But it was a good show. I liked Knuckles. Not as much as any of the movies. Nowhere near close. That much. But I thought it was a good show. Wait, I asked you. Is that enough? Is that the end? Yeah. I can go.